Hi guys, thanks for joining my YouTube channel. Well guys, as you have noticed, the viewership of Love and Marriage Huntsville has gone down drastically. Now we could associate this with Easter and, sports games and so on and things of that nature. However, the numbers don't lie, okay? Fans are fed up. Many fans are saying they are not watching this season. They are tired of the same old storylines, the same old worn out storylines. Many fans feel like this show is being made up, that these storylines are being produced. Nothing is real. After the Melody and Martell storyline situation, which we know was very real. I mean, some of the dates may have been, altered or different, but we know the story was real. The fans has had enough. They're saying that what the Scotts is putting out, they're not buying. They're not buying. They keep finding them in all sorts of lies, all sorts of made up things. I'm not in agreement that, their life is a whole total lie. But according to many of the fans who research them constantly, they're coming up with all sorts of things that go against the information that the Scotts are releasing to the public. Okay, and the fans, they're sick of it. They've had enough, and they've expressed this in a major way by not watching the show. Here we have Melody and Kimmy. We all know that was a beautiful gesture for a Melody putting together a milestone celebration for Kimmy, because Maurice, did not want Kimmy to bother with it. He felt like Kimmy still had a ways to go. She still had to do her surgery, that they should celebrate after everything was over. But Kimmy wanted to celebrate each increment on its own. And so Melody stepped in. Kimmy said she didn't understand. She didn't know how Melody was going to pull it off. Would she be able to put it off with her not associating with many of the people that would be invited to the event? But as we see, Melody pulled it off. Kimmy said she didn't believe it could be done, but now she sees that, it turned out fine. She had no idea that Melody would use one of the children's phones to get these invitations out to the people that Kimmy wanted to be a part of the celebration with her. So that was one of the scenes, and it does indicate that it was 288,000 viewers for that particular episode, which we know this show could get up towards 400 to 500 viewers on an episode. Also, fans cannot wrap their heads around or understand how Marceau and Letitia could have white labeled chocolate in the bottle, and it seems as if they are making more money than the actual company who made the wine. Now, we all know that Marceau and Letitia did not go to California to crush any grapes to make any wine. We know that they simply put their name on a white label product, like many people do. Their brand is what sold the product. Okay? They bought cases and cases of champagne chocolate in a bottle from a distributor, an American distributor, United States distributor. They put their brand on the bottles of champagne, which makes it their brand, which makes it their champagne. Did they manufacture or make the champagne? No, they did not. No, but they saw a product that went along with their brand, that coincided with their brand, chocolate in a bottle, which is the original product. Okay, they contacted the distributors for the USA. They struck a brand deal with them. Okay, you have to buy a certain amount of cases. to put your name on their product, that is exactly what they did. Now, and that's that. And Marceau and Letitia says they have made millions of dollars from this. Is it a lie? I don't know. Why would they lie? I mean, people lie, but if they're lying, that's their business. That they want to be liars. Many people lie for whatever reason, but I don't see why they would have to make that up. People do this all the time with makeup, with skincare, with clothes. People buy clothes from, different vendors and places and put their name on it. Simple. It's a white labeling. It's very popular. They just happen to be on a hit television show, and they were able to sell those products like wildfire. They were able to move a lot of bottles of champagne, especially with them having a cigar lounge where people go to drink and smoke. Perfect combination. So for those of you who can't believe that this is happening, I will be the first to tell you that it's very possible. It is very possible that they struck it rich with someone else's product. It happens all the time. I'll use Kylie Jenner again as an example. White labeling, cosmetics. You see what she's done. We don't know her to do anything else. She sold lip glosses, eye palettes, makeup. It's $1 billion industry. People wear this stuff with women, with hair products, black women, white women. I know personally, black women who have struck it rich selling hair. We are the #1 consumer for beauty products and hair. Wigs, weaves, we love it. We spend a lot of money on it. And people came from nothing and became very rich. There's plenty to go around. This is not just one person. These are many of people. Let's take, what's her name from Bell Collective? My girl, I forget her name. Struck it rich, selling hair products, weaves, vending machines. Yes, black women, #1 consumer. You see it. You see all the beauty and glamour. You see it. So it's not hard to fathom. It is not hard to fathom. People love to drink alcohol, champagne. They do. They've made it a brand. They've made it a brand. And the people flock to it. They go to their nightclub. They go to their cigar lounge to chill, to be a part of something, to be with their counterparts, their black counterparts, their people, to hang out, to talk mess, to, be social. And they sell a lot of this product. Let's discuss this, guys, because I'm open. I'm all about each one, teach one. Yes, I believe it is so. I believe it's so. Now, are they telling the truth about everything? Have they learned how to play reality TV? I believe they have. Yes, I believe they came in with a plan. I believe they came in sharing only what they wanted to share. I believe they left their emotions back at home. I believe they came in with a strategic plan. I do. I believe they were not going to allow the world to consume them and to be all up in their affairs. They were going to share what they wanted to share, and that's it. They were going to get the money. They were going to get the bag, as people say, and carry on and extend their worth, their value, their assets, what they're worth. And that is what they've came in doing, and that's what they continue to do. They take all the bull crap, all the rumors, all the whatever. None of us know if it's true. We don't have any concrete evidence. I know I don't like a lot of the things that he's done, but I don't have to live with him. He's not my husband. If Letitia's good on it, if it's good for her, I love it. I mean, hey, she has to live with him. I relate to her. I understand the stay-at-home mom and the husband taking care of her. I love that. I understand that. Many of us Black women don't have that opportunity. Yes, go get your education, well educated. You could get your degrees and so on and so forth. And many women have that, but still want to take care of and raise their kids, want to be a vigilant parent. There's nothing wrong with it. Women with PhDs, women with all kinds of degrees have done it. It is not widespread. It's not talked about. It is not, popular in our community, but it's happening every day. It's happening every day. Black women are one of the hardest working sector of people in the world. Many of them are very tired. Many of them would love to have that opportunity. It is not for everybody. Everybody cannot be a stay-at-home mom. But when given the opportunity, some people take advantage of it. Many of us have never had the opportunity presented to us. So yes, if she the pick-me's and all these derogatory terms that people like to use, that's fine. Everybody's not moved by that. If you know who you are, you're definitely not moved by those derogatory statements it's just something that is very common in the world in which we live in. So that's a whole nother video. I could get into that. However, if Tisha wants to be submissive and she wants to allow her husband to lead his family, if she feels like she wants to follow him, if he's worth her following, that is her prerogative. We could be all day with this. Again, there's a lot of disrespect and things that I didn't like, but I don't have to. Okay, that's just my opinion. My opinion. If Letitia wants to stay with her husband under those circumstances and under the things we viewed and watched on television, if she thinks it's worth it, hey, more power to her. Also believe that many of us as women find our worth and value in what we do, in the type of work or the type of business that we do. We also find our worth and value in money and the amount of money that we have. This is huge. This is a whole nother video. But this is why a lot of us as Black women, I'm a Black woman, so I'm speaking about Black women, but these are women of a lot of different races we could put in this pot. But I am speaking to my Black sisters because I am a Black woman, okay? I believe a lot of us do not even consider staying home and raising our kids because we find our value outside of the home, okay? Many women don't feel like many women will not find their worth and value in staying home, taking care of their kids and their households. They're just not. And they understand that many women who do it don't even receive the acknowledgement or the recognition that's due them. It is the hardest job that you will ever do, raising kids. And many women do not receive their flowers or their accolades for doing it. It is frowned upon. Why? Because most people don't even understand the value in it. Most people don't understand the value in it. And especially if you've never done it, you understand? It's looked down upon in our society. I know these things firsthand. However, but again, you have to know who you are individually. You have to know who God said you are. You don't have to look for validation from man. This is a big piece. So that's my take on that. So again, guys, I believe that they have struck it rich with this product that is not their product. That is not their product. They white labeled the product. They put their brand, their name on the product and sold thousands, if not millions, of bottles of black champagne in the bottle. You know, the whole thing about distribution deals and all that. Listen, that's a whole nother story, because I'm well versed in this. I'm well versed in product, buying products from wholesalers and so on and so forth. So, I mean, this is a whole another sector that we could get into. But understand what I'm saying. I believe because of the television show, because of the platform that Letitia and Marceau is on, that black champagne in the bottle has been very good to them, has been very successful for them. Also, with the case of Infinity Properties, Infinity Properties is a business that Letitia, I believe, had before she got with Marceau, or before they got married. She made this company in regards to her first building, her first real estate property that she owned. She incorporated this business because they were leasing or renting out the property, and I believe they began to add other properties to their portfolio. After this is how Schultz was discovered and came about. We know that Schultz started out being a company that Martell and Marceau started. Schultz with the Hult and the Scott together, they came up with the word Schultz. We know that Letitia says that she bought Martell out of the company when the company had gone underwater. The company was doing bad at one time. Letitia said that she bought Martell out at an opportune time when the company was not worth much money, and she has bought the company's portfolio up to $1 million company. Okay, that is what Letitia has said about Schultz Industries. Now, according to the information that I have, Marceau Scott is a licensed subcontractor. Okay, a subcontractor is an individual who subs out jobs to different licensed people, different licensed contractors. Okay, he'll sub a job out to an electrician company. He'll sub a guy out for, somebody to do the architect, somebody to do the land work, the surveying of the land. He'll sub somebody out to build the architecture, to draw the designs. He'll sub out, a window, people who do windows. He'll sub out. And this is how they have been able to land some very prosperous and big contracts. No, does Marceau build the building? I don't believe. I mean, I know for a fact he's not licensed in many of these engineering positions, but does he know how to build it? He probably does, from being around the job, from, being hands-on and watching this stuff on a daily basis. I'm sure he knows how to get his hands dirty. I'm sure he could be a general contractor. He knows how to probably sheetrock and do some of the other things that, general contractors do. But for your major structure things, he brings in other licensed contractors to do the work. So no, you may not see a permit for a property that he owns, because the property may be in the business who's doing the structure work. The permit that is pulled may have been pulled by the particular company that is doing the foundation of the property. So there's a lot of different things going on here. Now, there's a lot of pieces going on here. We know that Marceau has a partner in the black champagne business. why. I don't know why he decided to do that, but we know he talks very often about his partner. I believe he was a silent partner at one time, but he is no longer silent. Okay, I don't know what kinds of monies or how much money it took for them to establish a liquor license, a cigar, a cigar license for that establishment. Perhaps he was not financially able to secure the business on his own, so he bought in somebody. Perhaps the guy is more knowledgeable than he was when it came down to owning a bar, or in regards to owning a cigar lounge or a bar. Perhaps this young man bought in, a certain level of knowledge and expertise, which both of them together, with their business acumen together, formulated Black Champagne Lounge. Now, I believe they own, Schultz outright and Infinity Properties. I don't believe they're on national TV scamming and doing all these sorts of things that they're being accused of. That would just be ludicrous. However, hey, nothing surprises me in this day and age. So there is Infinity Properties, who is owned by Letitia, I believe Denise Scott. And we know that Schultz was once owned by the Holtz as well as the Scotts. We know that is no longer. We were told that the company went down, to a really bad place before buying Martell out. And Letitia is saying, with her knowledge and expertise in business, with her degrees, her networking and communication skills, that she has hooked up with other people, putting the building of, we know, that apartment complex under their belt. They also have a job to build a hotel, it is being said. So I believe Letitia was able to strike all of these deals for Schultz Industries. Again, I don't work for Schultz. I don't know these things firsthand. But again, according to the information that I've researched for myself, it is a legitimate business. Have they been sued? Have they sued people? Have they been in court several times? Yes. This happens with businesses. If you know anybody in business, these things are going to happen. You can't, you're not exempt from people bringing a lawsuit against you. This major company sued Marceau. I believe they took advantage of Schultz. They knew that Schultz was a small, new business. They've been around, but they had never built something. They had never built an apartment complex. And I believe Zen Gardens took full advantage of Marceau and his lack of knowledge. You understand? They knew by what he bidded for the project that he didn't probably know what he was doing. You understand? It was a hands-on type of situation for him, and he got burnt in the behind for it. You understand? He never took out a lien on the property. It was a lot of things that he did that he should have known better, but had he been experienced in that field, he would have known to do a lot of things that they did not do. And that's why Zen Gardens was able to take advantage of them, to bamboozle them, to come up with all kinds of excuses why they didn't want to finish paying them. You understand? Especially indicating that we were in COVID, that the world was shut down. Of course, they didn't build according to plan. Of course, they didn't build on target. Of course, things, didn't come to fruition when they probably said they would. Nothing did during COVID. You understand? But they took full advantage of their lack of knowledge. Them being a new company who had never built an apartment complex. And, Zen being a very well-established company, they used them. Of course, they were going to do everything up to code. They had to. That's why you pull building permits. But they knew that they probably didn't know what they were doing. And, they saw a loophole, and they were able to countersue Marceau when Marceau sued them for the rest of his money. When he tried to bring up a lawsuit against them, they countered it and said, we're not happy with the work performance. We're not happy. They did this, they did that. And they were able to do it, and they were able to bring that lawsuit against them. I don't know, where the lawsuit is as of today, but they took full advantage of Schultz Industries, knowing that they were not experienced in this capacity of work. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.